Hello? Hello?
Morning, David.
Morning. Hello. It was Hell 9000.
And it finally opened the pod bay doors.
Open the pod bay doors. There's still some stuff that's not quite right, but hey, I'm okay with stuff. Um, yeah. How's it going?
It's going. It's going. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been. It was a busy week last week, but things are good.
Hopefully the busyness settles down.
Yeah,
Just kidding. It doesn't ever settle down. It just keeps going and going.
the real busy month will be June for me
What's in
because
June?
Ronan's graduating.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and then Nick will be home, and it'll be just organized chaos.
Oregon, man. You said June, and I'm like, but that's so far away. But it's not. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, probably. Um, let's see, Dominic. My name is Dick OS. So, what did you decide? What did you settle on, Dominic?
So Dominic is our resident Linux trial person, and he is currently trying like 38 billion different Linux OS versions. He seems to like Nix OS so far
Nick
the
is
most.
is what's the but that's not his winner yet. Until he
Commits.
commits, right? You gotta as soon as you commit to one, then I know what my personal favorite flavors are, but um everybody's different. It's Linux,
I
like
was a big CentOS guy for a long time,
yeah.
and then before CentOS, Fedora.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'll go back to Fedora, but I've never been a giant Ubuntu, or I don't never say
Ubuntu.
it right, Ubuntu fan.
Ubuntu.
Like it's fine, but I've been doing so much with pies and stuff. It's like Debian, kind of pure Debian, kind of lots.
Yeah, I mean Debian's good. I mean if you know Debian, it shouldn't be a problem for you to use Ubuntu, but
They're all
it
kind of the same.
it
Depends,
is
right?
well, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like Fedora you mentioned, right? There's Fedora, but then there's like and then like, um, oh man, now I forget lots of the words I was going to say. Straight Fedora, Pop OS. Have you used Pop OS?
No, there's
Pop
too many. There's too many.
Pop
There,
US.
every version of like pure version of Linux has like 600 branches off of that version that everyone like customizes. Either if they love GUIs, they customize the GUIs, or they need to customize something for something else. So there's so many different variations that it's hard to narrow it.
I I agree. I mean, so like your 3D printers are um kind of Linux based, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think the angle, and if I'm wrong, everybody can yell at me, internet, okay? That's cool. But I think what like the angle is with a lot of these Linux moves is to like um get away from the scary Windows, you know? I feel
I don't feel Windows. I've been using Windows so long. I don't feel that it's that scary. But
well, I don't mean scary. What I mean is mm, there is a growing trend of folks out there that um how do you say politely in good company, don't trust Microsoft with
and
like
I
with all
get
the
that.
AI and I don't want to be that person for sure.
I think that's always
Um,
been the case, though, right? Like, there's always like I remember, before Linux was huge, I was, OS2 Warp. I would play with that, and then I would play with um, Sun OS,
mhm.
you know, and stuff like that. Like I I was always looking for alternatives, but unfortunately, I always went back to Windows because most of my family just can't handle that the differences. It was okay for me, but it was like, but I just want to do this and I can't do this on this. So
I mean, and that's true too. There is the I can't do this factor. Because like replacement OS should be something that works
well, and I
for
think Mac
everybody.
Mac is kind of the same way. Like some people are like, oh, let's go to Mac, and then all of a sudden, oh, what do you mean I can't use my accounting program on here? Oh, you mean I have to jump through 300 hoops to use my accounting program on this? I'm just going to go back to Windows. It's like,
I mean, so you're not wrong. Like Mac is and was it ever will be like um a close relative because of its base OS. And it is one of those things like I used a Mac all the way through universities. And it was fine.
isn't it based on Debian as well?
Unix.
Or, well, no, well, it's a specific flavor though.
Yeah, I forget what the actual base was. Mac. Oh,
Maybe it's not Debian.
let's find out. Is Mac is you? It's definitely. I forget. It's been a while. I used to know the answer to that. Yeah, it's not Linux based at all.
Uh,
Yeah, it's BSD.
oh, that's right, BSD. There you go.
That's the words. That's the words. Um. So, I mean, I hope you settle on one and install it as a daily soon.
Hmm.
Um, I went Linux on my PC, but the problem was I have all these lights and I have like all the streaming Elgato stuff, and I use complex audio routing, and nothing on Linux could match. Like I couldn't turn the lights on and off. I had to use my phone, which whatever, boohoo. Use your phone, right? But it was a thing. So far, there's just nothing that I commonly use that doesn't work, and that's the thing. Like if you are a regular user,
Yeah,
you're not gonna notice. I mean, the
most people surf the web,
yeah,
right?
I or
Now,
when a CSV when you have
now,
other.
and there's even flavors. Um, so they can add in wine, so you can do gaming and whatnot. Like depending on the Linux flavor, there's ones that you can run all your regular PC games. So there's a flavor of
Uh,
Linux for
for
most people.
everybody, yeah, and like the um, what do you how you say? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Proton changed the game. That's the words I'm looking for. When it comes to gaming, that's what SteamOS um,
That's
uses.
their base is Proton.
It was around before them, but they sure took it and ran with it.
Hmm. Nice.
So it's like um, it's one of those easier-ish OSs to actually use.
Mhm.
Sadly, though, not everything works in Wine still. So it's like if you have to interact at a hardware level with things, it's still kind of like when I have my Elgato Stream Deck, right? Or
Mhm.
like a Wi-Fi controller for the
Yeah.
lights. That stuff's like,
Yeah. The hardware development community is firmly implanted in the Windows ecosystem, unfortunately. So if they don't build compatibility or drivers that can bring it into the Linux environment or the open source, then it's tougher.
oh, 100%. It's I was gonna say unfortunate, but I don't think it's unfortunate. I think that's that's just the way it be. Um, well, I wish you luck, Dominic. Um, I was, Greg has a few things that he has on a list somewhere, which is
Yeah,
good.
there's nothing huge. We'll just quickly go over this, and then David's gonna do TinkerCAD Pawn.
Or something.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Show us what you got.
Okay. Are you good to switch?
Yeah,
Okay.
I just doing it now. See.
All right. So Formnext they announced this, but they didn't really give out details. But Creality CFS C is the new their new system. So this will allow people to adapt a printer that didn't natively do four colors. So what it does is it has this little box here. It will pull the filament out of the nozzle, bring it back into this box. Instead of purging, it will snip it here, and the color. There's another picture here. Will drop out of the box. Ooh, I went too far. Sorry. Will drop out of the box as a little snippet with the little kind of fat nubby that came out of the nozzle. So it pulls it right back and then chops it and it drops out. So it's purging, but not purging the same way because it pulls it right out of the nozzle, and then it'll then feed back in and start your next color. So it's kind of a little different, but it allows printers, like I said, that couldn't do multicolor to do multicolor. Now, how are they going to integrate it? Like, it's got to be with specific models that they have. So this is an alternative to, like, this has got to be the K1C here, or the K1. But you don't need to you don't need to modify it with the kit with the purge and whatnot, and it's all
Mm-hmm.
done through the unit. So I thought this was kind of interesting. It's a different way approach, but yeah, it's something that they've come out with that is, an alternative to the CFS. So
I mean, it's an interesting thought for sure.
yeah.
I it's something that's probably actually needed too, because there is an issue with and it's not just the CFS. There is an issue.
Well,
Um,
this is their version, because like IDEX or Index is the waste reduction that Prusa and Bondtech is coming up with, right?
yeah,
And then the H2, the C? I think it's the H2C is the one with the changing nozzles. That's their version to reduce waste, but it still takes time to pull it out and put it back in and whatnot. So there's still a time piece that we'll have to see how, when these come out, how they actually kind of what the result is. So
yep.
and the only other thing I saw was Prusa launches the highly abrasive PETG Ultra Glow. So
The
what they've
nozzle
done,
ruiner.
yeah, the nozzle ruiner. So what they've done is they've put as much of the glow in the dark powder in there as possible, but still maintaining an actual filament that's printable. And apparently it's super bright and whatnot. Like, even from, I mean, the picture, they could be, who knows? I don't know if there's a light behind it or they're doing something funky, but it's definitely brighter than most filament. So, yeah. So,
The brighter it
but
is, the more abrasive it is.
yeah, so increased wear in your nozzle and all that. So, may just be aware if you really want glow in the dark and you don't want to just regular glow in the dark, buyer beware.
Yeah. Bye. The Nozzle Killer
Yeah,
6000.
that's all I had for kind of stuff that I saw that just jumped out at me and thought was interesting. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no. The the glow in the dark one was kind of funny, actually. I
and
enjoyed that one.
yeah, and yes, Dominic, FreeCAD is in the future.
And not only that, but as a bonus, and maybe I'll talk about that before we jump into this thingy here.
Sure.
Um, as a bonus, um, FreeCAD you can host your very own cloud version of it, so you don't actually have to install it. Um, you can host, and then what happens is you get the opportunity to grab it in a Docker form and access it through the web browser. So it's kind of neat.
We
I
can probably go off my screen share too.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I had a lot of things just pop up.
That's
Okay,
okay. It's all good.
gotta get rid of studio mode too, because that's a thing. There, bam. So anyway, we'll be showing kind of like how to fire up the Docker of FreeCAD. Um, but it should be kind of cool. It should be kind of cool. So, let me see if mine works now because I haven't used it in a while. Bop. Okay, it worked fine. Except
You
for,
did
wait,
it.
why are you missing Greg? Okay, everybody watch these live editing skills. Hold on.
I'm a voice of nowhere.
I am
If
a
they can actually hear
voice.
me.
Oh yeah, the audio doesn't come through the video source, so they could there.
Oh,
Larger to charge, Greg. Okay, hold on. There we go. I'll put you here. There, right where you belong. Okay, in the corner.
we're both relegated to the corner. Oh no.
We're in timeout. We've been bad. Oh, my OCD doesn't like that pixel difference, but it might have to do. Don't look at the pixel difference, everybody. Okay. Um. So Greg kind talked about a bit and showed a few things. I just want to go through start to finish, and then Greg, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do fusion or on shape after this one, Greg?
Um, I don't know. Or do we want to do we want to do FreeCAD last? Or is that what you wanted to do?
Well, FreeCAD's going to be kind of complex because we're going to do the Docker version too. But we could do. Let's do this one
Well,
because it's
why don't we
free.
ask?
And
Why don't we ask the guys
yeah, what do you guys
in
want to see
chat?
after this one? FreeCAD. FreeCAD's free, so it might actually make sense to follow that one with this or follow up because this is also free, and then the
Sure.
other two are only semi-free. So, chess pawn. Yep, you hit start. So Greg did a really good job of showing out how to get to the tutorials last week, and that kind of thing. So if you want to know how, just go on our channel, which is 3D Make It, YouTube slash 3D Make It, and then go back and you can just see kind of what he did there. So this is just kind of going to show us how to do some primitive, and again, like this is a primitive modeling software, so it's a little different, but this one is going to show us how to stack, group, and eventually print this very lovely pawn. And you can kind of see what they're going for here. Um, like when I look at this pawn, I see a circle on the top, I see a cone, and it looks like another cone, and then
A
some sort
flat
of
circle.
yeah, and then a flat base, right? So I see like it, and there the interesting part is there's this object as well, like just a torus, and that could be the flat circle too. But it doesn't matter. We're just gonna follow the tutorial and see how we get there.
Do they go over aligning objects in this tutorial?
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay.
Because I know, like, part of the thing I know is like uh if you drop like this cube, for example, if you hold down C, it will snap to the work plane grid. Like, see how it's like toot, 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 toot,
Hmm.
toot, toot. So like that can help too, just because then like oh, okay, I'm right in the middle. I don't want a cube though. Spoiler alert. So we're just gonna delete the cube. All right. Okay, let's start a pawn. So this it shows you there's 21 steps. You can kind of if you're building and you're like, oh, I just crap, I need to go back.
Where
The
am I?
Yeah, you can grab that step by step. So first thing it says is drag a cylinder, and that's easy. So I'm gonna hold C, and then it'll snap, snap, snap a little bit, and then it's right in the middle. Drag a cylinder. So step one's done. Good job, everybody. Scale it to 3 millimeters. There's two ways. So much like your slicer, TinkerCAD, it does have the you can make things higher and move it, but the so moving is always done with this little diamond shaped like
The
top
arrow kind
guy,
of thing.
and then you have these orthogonal dragging majiggers. So it's gonna leave what it wants us to do is it wants us to just change the height. So if you click the one that you want to change, right? So if I click on here again and I click this, it will go to and lock to the height one, and then I can just grab it and say 3 and hit enter. Or the other method is the clicky and draggy, because you can't see. Whoa! So you can grab the top square and go click and drag. And then I'm just going to do a top view, zoom in a bit, and that's looking pretty good. So like the piece matches the tutorial because the tutorial is still there, see? So now I just got to get back on center. So when you're moving things too, you can see that like it gives you kind of like that 1 1. And if you let
Your
go while you're
coordinates kind of
yeah,
thing.
and if you let go, you can zero your coordinates. So that's an important one too. So if you ever like, it's not quite lined up, okay, well, grab it, drag it, and once you drop it, I can go 0 and then 0, and now it's orthogonally home. So once we get that, that's step 3. Sorry, over explain that one. Add a work plane. So one thing in all CAD software, and Ray and Dominic, if you want to correct if I'm wrong, Gary, if you're watching or whoever, um, is sometimes it's very difficult to line things up vertically. So what we're going to use in TinkerCAD is work planes, and we actually do this in Fusion too. Onshape
Hmm.
uses them as well. So work planes let us work on top of something with using the object underneath as a reference.
Hmm.
So the work planes in TinkerCAD up here, boop, 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 boop. Or you can just hit W, and then it will see how your mouse changes after you hit W, and then it shows you like, oh well, where do I want to put it? So it's saying like click on the top, right? So I'm gonna click on the top, drag a workspace to the top of the cylinder. Now I don't have to click where they're clicking. I could just click in the cylinder spot,
Because
and
it
now
makes the entire area
the work plane. And I and it gets a little tricky. Well, we'll see it coming up too. But we've got a work plane here, so that's good. So now we're going to drag a cone. So the cone is again, it's one of our basic shapes. That's why it's object based. So I'm just going to grab the cone and just place it like that. And then what I'm going to do, because like it's not in the middle, right? It's just not.
but if you the coordinate thing 0 0,
Yeah.
is that how you do it?
Yep. And then the reason I like doing it that
Oh,
way,
it didn't line up.
whoa, dumb. It's because my work plane's not lined up. Let's go.
Maybe if you'd put your work plane where they had said that it would have been
Let's go back. So Control Z works really well. So let's go
previous
back here.
previous step.
Zip. Easy. Drag a work plane. So I'm dragging a work plane and let's put it right there. If you do what they say, it don't work. Grab a work plane. Because, like, that's the bottom work plane.
Maybe you're that's I don't know.
Okay, so now I have a work plane. Bo, bo, bo. Drag a cone on top of the cylinder. The new shape will land on the work plane you just created. Boop. Boop, boop, bam. Did that work better this time?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yep. Oh, it's and Ray says a thing that's true of all of the things with TinkerCAD or Fusion or whatever. Like Greg and I functionally use Fusion differently.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when
It's true.
we work on stuff. So we want this to be scaled shorter. So again, we know how to do that. We click the top one and then we just type in 11. Or or
The
when we
slider.
the slider on the side or drag it up and down. There's so many ways you can do this. Let's do it over here this time because we didn't. So now we have this squatty um, thing, which
Okay.
is okay. Uh, and so do I. And it's so true. Um, it's like when you're troubleshooting, there's about 7 different ways to troubleshoot it. And
Well,
is one
yeah.
better?
Well,
Not
and
really.
then in Windows, it's like there's like how many different ways to get to the same menu,
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
right?
Or like, yeah, I want to turn the volume up. Okay, well, right? You can do it.
You can do
So
function keys. You can do whatever.
the circle, we got the circle, and they show it on. So like, see how it's like snapping to the that work plane? We don't want that. We want this on this work plane. So then now, since it's on the same work plane as before, and I'll show you what I did to do that. So like, it's a bit of a trap. It says if you read the instructions, it's very easy because it says drag a sphere onto the work plane. However,
If you drag it to
it,
where their alignment is, it
whee,
aligns with the cone.
yeah, and it creates a new work plane. See,
Yeah,
so
that
it automatically creates like its own new, and that's not what we want. So you just drop this, and then again we can kind of just grab
you
this
could
and
probably zero
whoop.
it.
Yeah, we could zero it there. Well, like manually. Ta-da! Yeah. Da, 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 da. My OCD is kicking in. I'm sorry. 0. Yeah, see, 0, 0. That work plane's off by about a millimeter.
Oh,
That's fine, though. We'll just do it this way.
maybe we need to drag the work plane in and then zero the work plane.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. Does it remove all the stuff when you. No, it
Uh,
doesn't. I was just saying if I go back and forth, if it removes stuff, and I don't think it did, but at the same token, it goes back to that work plane. Hold on. Add a sphere. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Add a sphere to the work plane. Okay, let's just do this like Greg suggests. This work plane is bothering me.
it's assuming you can zero the work plane.
Let's do this one more time. Bam. Yeah, like it's not snapping or anything.
And I don't see any work plane properties or anything.
No. And it's like when you look at it, it's
Almost lined up.
Can you just use the alignment tool? Maybe. Let's find out. Oh, sorry. Settings. Show grid matrix. I don't think you can.
Unless I'm on the spot on the. Is there something under me or you?
No. That's just like more shapes under us,
Okay.
under our heads. Did I get rid of that work plane? I did. Like it's legitimately showing it like right.
But that's not the right spot.
I added it and it's not.
It's because it aligned with the bottom
Yeah,
work plane.
yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, there's no work plane. That's just when we're throwing stuff around. Just gonna grab this and move it around here.
Just go back to where you were and then.
Yep. Work plane. And then the cone. And then 11. Enter. And then the sphere. And then squish it. Okay, so we need to make this sphere 18. Did I do it? Hold on. I think I went. Add a sphere, drag acceleration. Scale the sphere's diameter to 18 millimeters and then shorten it. Okay, so let's do this. And so, like, to do the diameter, I could grab and let go, and then it says do 18. 18 by
Right.
18. And then I'm going to make the height, what, 5? Yeah,
Uh,
5.
sure.
And then just make sure move the move the thing into the target area. Bam. It's just because when you resize stuff, and this happens a lot inside of lots of CAD, it doesn't keep the snapping. And yeah, if you select more than one object, the alignment tool becomes an option.
And
And
that's
I don't think it does it for a work plane because a work plane's not an object.
yeah, makes sense.
But yeah,
I in Fusion I'll often add, additional sketch lines
yeah.
so I can do my alignment of what I'm doing. So
But yeah, like Dominic is right. As you go, if you select more things, up here becomes available. So like
maybe you got
there's
to
more
group as you go.
options. Well, at the end you group it and then you can print it. So let's go next. Drag a cone to the work plane. Did it. Next, scale the diameter to 14. So that's this one. Um, so depending on your mouse, that's an easy way to do it. Like I don't mind doing the resizing through those or the I don't even know what they call those. The little squares. And then scale the height to 28. So this will be 28. So this is going to be elongated. Move the cone to target. Easy, maybe. Hold on. Let's just pop up and pop 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 pop. Let's grab these and go 0, 0. How far off are we?
It's like it's not tall enough.
It's like, hey, come on, man, just move. That's true. It is like it's not tall enough. How tall?
Maybe they want you to raise it up.
did I do 28 is the question. Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
that looks right.
okay. Well, let's just keep going with it.
Yep. Drag another cone to the target. Got it. Cone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Scale it to 12 diameter, so that's these ones. So like I like to type. That's my favorite method of resizing
It's
things.
it's very much more precise.
So then now we're going to rotate it, and then we're going to move it. So the rotate button's right here. Oops, I missed.
Just below the.
There we go. You can either use like the big circle to do precise movement,
So it's like
or
fusion. It snaps to the lines.
yep.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna move it to the target area. Like thusly. And we're starting to get
There you
pawnish,
go.
you know? We're starting to, we could see their vision now, right?
I
And
see a vision.
I
Yeah.
see a vision, yeah. Drag a work plane on top of the cone. So it's a flat object again, which means we can do a work plane. This time,
What if you line it up with the little center pin sticking up? Will that? Oh no, you can't.
no. Well, that, and we want the circle or the sphere on top
Yeah,
to
yeah.
set down. But yeah, you can't, like, the cone, you can kind of, but like once you get to the tip, it just flips. So we'll put it here.
That's what they're asking for.
Bam. Okay, next. 16. Now, again, so we're on the top work plane now.
So just
And you,
drag it in there, drop it, and
yep,
then
it's like just put it on here, guy. And I'm like, okay, fella. Bam. Next. Hint.
8 by 8
What's your hint?
by 8.
Holding the shift on the keyboard will scale in all directions. So basically uniform scaling, right? So if I hold shift and now I drag, I don't have to do spot by spot.
So if you're holding shift and you change one of the values, will it change all of them?
8, shift, enter. Nope.
Nope.
Perfect.
Uh,
All right.
all
And look,
right.
it's
I
a,
think that's excellent. Yeah.
tutorial done. Good job, everybody. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Hold on. Let's go back to circle power here. And then we're going to do the shift trick. And then I do appreciate that it's a large motion to like shift click it. Oops.
Oh,
Because like in some softwares, when you do that, it's very, very much it's just a little off.
does seem a little off.
There we go. Oh no, too high. There we go. Close enough for now. Next, drag a work plane. Drag a work plane to the original location of the work plane. Hint. Place the work planes anywhere except on a shape to reset it. So you can see like
Oh, so
as
they want you to go to the original work plane?
yeah, so they're just saying to do that, grab a work plane
Oh,
and
okay, and it drops
click
down
the
to the
original
main
work
work
plane.
plane.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next, align. So this is the part that drives me crazy, is like when you're working on it and everything's shuffly, you're very much trusting the process. So first off, we select all our shapes. You can do Control A, and then the align button is in the menu. It says. So let's find the align button. Nope. 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 Oh.
L.
L
Control
for
L.
align. No, just L. Bam. So once you click the align tool, and then it says align the shapes to the middle and front side.
The middle and
Middle,
front side.
middle, front. Oh dear. Boo boo. Clearly, I am not good at aligning. Okay, so it says select all the shapes, pick the align tool. So like if the if you ever were to lose your front, just use the square in the top, drag it. So there, and then it's saying align them to the middle front object, which is that one. So that once you click the little button, sorry, I clicked it. See here? If you
Now it's
click
grayed out.
so you click it, and that's where the align point is. And now when you look at the object, it lines up. So next, select all the shapes. Check.
And you just went
Um,
Control A.
yeah. And then you can like grab and drag over as well. So Control A, and now we're going to group. So hint, click the group button in the menu. You will know the group works because all the shapes become the same color. So the group icon's up here. So Union,
It's you had the first one.
bundle group, Union group. Bam!
So were you doing Union Group?
I used Union group. Bundle group looks like this, so you can see that like bundle group actually like preserves some of those colors. But like if I were to, it wants us to do just a group, right? So
So Union Group.
yeah. And union group makes sense because it is words are hard. This one. Okay. So let's grab this and then just do our union group again. Because union's a Boolean operation, right? So
And there's your pawn.
He's like, I just wanted to move your cursor for you for a second. Yeah, I know. Look, right? And so we have a pawn. Hooray!
And it's happy that you did the pawn, and you get a reward.
You
You
do
get
get rewarded. Tutorial complete. So the only other thing I'll really show inside of this window is once you have an object that you want to print or you are happy with, there's a couple things you can do. So if it was like a project that we were all working on, we can export it and share it, or send it, right? So export lets you do all of the files.
wow. You can throw it into Fusion.
Yep. I forget when they added that. That was a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Autodesk Forma. Okay.
SVG for laser cut. So you got all the OBJ STL. That's good. Like they give you a lot of different formats.
Yeah. Like and I mean some of them are definitely advertisements, right? Fusion, to be clear, is overkill for like
A
printing
pawn.
it. But you can click the 3D print menu and then if you're connected to any of the clouds in this list, which I don't think AstroPrint I am, right? So like or 3D printer OS, I've had a few of those in my time. So that could be an
Polar
option
cloud.
for Polar Cloud, man, Polar 3D. And
Um,
then so yeah, just pick whatever you want, STL, whatever, and it'll download right away. Like Greg said, when you start a new program from last week, um,
it randomly gives you a wild name, like start a new one.
it's like Angry Panda or Enraged Raccoon. So let's just go here, and then I'll go here, And notice too that it doesn't actually show up that you made a pawn, which is fine. But if you wanted the pawn, you could save it as, yeah, brilliant chug.
And so you can rename that
Abs-
anything you want.
Absolutely, or just leave it brilliant chug because that's pretty funny. Well, we got comments. Yeah, but yeah. So sometimes
Now
the
for the
edge.
night.
Actually, it would be pretty easy, and maybe that's a good idea to do kind of next things. I don't know if they have a tutorial for like any other
Now
uh,
you can
chess
only play
pieces.
chess with pawns, David.
I
That's it.
know, and they only move one at a time and diagonally.
No, you can do more than one at a time for your first move.
That's true. You can go twice. Oh, those are kind of cool, little circuit buddies. But I digress. So that's how a pawn works. So next week we'll jump into um I don't know, free CAD maybe. I think we
Yeah.
can
And
hammer
I,
off
I
probably two, but we'll
well,
see how it
well,
works.
maybe because we might get sidetracked with whatever.
Yeah.
I've never used, so now I'm a total noob. I have maybe used FreeCAD like 8 years ago or whenever it first came out, and
Yeah.
I haven't used it since. So I don't even know what it looks like anymore, to be
It
honest.
still looks like free CAD, honestly.
So
But
I will load FreeCAD
yeah.
and maybe I'll have a go at it this afternoon just so I'm familiarize myself with it, so I'm not a total bumbling idiot.
um yeah. I mean that's not a bad plan. So we know what we look like we do. The other one, yeah, Blender, yeah. That I mean, it's interesting because yes, Blender could be the right tool if you wanted to sculpt and do that stuff,
Mhm.
for sure. But
I'm
my
not that creative.
I've used it for a few things in my time, but Blender is a juggernaut. But I digress. So, friends, thank you for checking out the full tutorial on a chess pawn, and we will be moving up and up and up now to the next sets. Um,
So
Highly
we've
recommend Tinker.
decided on FreeCAD for next week is our intro to FreeCAD. Now, are we going straight into the pawn design, or are we just going to explore it a little bit first?
We'll have like an hour or so. I think like exploring it for 20 minutes and then get to the pond. This took
Sure.
about half an hour with talking to do. So
Yep.
um yeah, we'll do that. And then it should be okay. I will mention one thing. Discord server and such have changed the timeline for doing the thing that makes them terrible, even though they already are terrible. So they now said they're going to do the Big Brother spying in the second half of the year. So for right
So we're
now,
okay for Discord for now.
I have been testing alternatives. Matrix GG, or sorry, Matrix Org is probably it's the front runner right now. It's pretty sweet. So,
I once they do the change, there'll be a new front runner that pops out in the weeks after
oh, there were three basically dormant projects to
that.
replace it,
Obviously,
and then all of a sudden they're like, bam. So,
we're back to life.
anywho, thanks you guys for hanging out and watching and checking it out. We will be back next week. If you want to check us out, jdmakeit.ca has all of our interesting things on it.
Thanks,
And
Dominic,
thanks.
Raymond, for being in the chat today.
Yeah, but until next week, we will catch you all later.
Bye.
Bye.